just next to the most richest and elite hubs of business and residential area of Sandton lies an impoverished township of Alexandra. Most people who are living in this township are Black South African. Yes, there are other African people that are living within that vicinity or within that township, but most of them are the South Africans who are going all out to vote. As you all know that politicians will always promise, but in most cases, nothing will materialize. This is the case of catching a politician, a president, lying. I don't know if I should call it lying because this person is very older than me. So in the Black communities, you're not saying to an older or you're not telling an older person that they are lying. Should I say it is a mistake or should I say it is just something that they should apologize about? We're talking about lives here. And Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa was caught in a web of lies by none other than Julius Malema and each and every one of us who saw it coming. Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the Cafe Libito la KK. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning Sabi, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. And if you are new, please make sure you don't leave without subscribing and make sure that you comment with your own views down below at the end of the video. And also like this video if you enjoyed it. Without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So Mr. Cupcake Cyril Ramaphosa, our honorable president, was caught in a web of lies. Today it was the Q&A posed questions to the president, and obviously all the promises that he made will always arise and will always ask questions. And those questions today, some of them that I highlighted when I was watching this whole thing, they came from none other than Mr. Flip-Flopper himself. You know what? Let me not call him that. Let me call him Honorable Julius Malema, the leader of EFF. And he was spitting facts. And obviously, you all know that when you are caught in lies, especially if you are a politician, you try by all means to make things different. Whereas the internet doesn't forget. So check this one out.
You have the last election, you took the president to Alexander and he promised people 1 million houses.
It was never 1 million.
Sisazi wakha izindlu ezilingana no 1 million.
What, it was what, 1,000?
No, it was never even 1,000.
What was
the
it?
1 million houses was in the figmentation of those who propagated.
How many did he promise?
1 million yezindlu zizowakhiwa lezo zindlu lapha Alexander Mamelana.
It was not 1 million. It was almost 100,000 houses that we wanted.
How many of those have you built since he made that promise in 2019 before the last election?
2019 was just 2 years ago.
Yeah, so?
Yes.
You need more than 2 years to build a house.
No, we are building every day. As we
in
speak,
Alexander?
As we speak now, we are building
no, in
houses.
Alex.
We are building houses.
But in Alex?
Even in Alex. We are building houses.
No, there's not a single house that was built in Alex after that promise he made.
So Cupcake thought that he got all this figured out. And also, we all know that ANC, just like any other party, they will protect themselves. They will protect their president. They will make sure that we see them in a different light. And obviously, they think that they are dealing with children here or they are dealing with people that are stupid. And obviously, there are people who are like Julius Malema who would quote you and say, this is what you said the last time. I mean, we are not all stupid. We are not stupid. We are people. We are adults, especially adults, because obviously adults are engaged in these certain things, these certain conversations. So this person, our own president, promised the people that he will build 1 million houses. Until today, it was back in 2019. Guys, guys, what is going on? Like, are we in kindergarten here or whatever? But let me play you Julius Malema's Q&A. Let me play you Julius Malema's retaliation, because this is a retaliation. This is a don't don't talk nonsense type of thing. Like, don't talk nonsense. You said that you will build 1 million houses, and now you are changing the tune. Here we go.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. I can see those guys who are working on your eyes are doing a good job because there is some improvement. President, it is leadership to admit when you have made a mistake. You can't come here and say you never promised the people of Alexander 1 million houses. You said so. You said you are going to build 1 million houses for the people of Alexander. And knowing you being a legally trained person, like you said, you are not an illiterate who just speaks without knowing what he's speaking about. And being a president, before you take a stage, your back office would have given you the necessary information which is relevant to this place where you are. So it is important that today you admit that you made a mistake, because those people are dying. Some of them stayed at Stradler, and as a result, that land is not for human settlement. And when you created that impression, a lot of expectation was made. We're dealing with human beings here who've got feelings. And when a president speaks, they've got their expectation, high, because they know it's not a lesser authority speaking. Our fighter was killed, Moshe Mpatlele, in Alexander, fighting for people to occupy the containers, rightful people to occupy the containers. Because of that daily struggle of housing in Alex, now we have lost our honorary commissar during the battle for occupation of these containers. In his honor and in the honor of the poor of the poorest, people who are sleeping with the rats, people who are staying in places where there is no proper sanitation and water, in their honor, I think it is a correct thing to say, I'm sorry, I've made a miscalculation and I said 1 million houses instead of 40,000 houses. Because to say you have not said it, you are now becoming a professional politician who can just say this today and turn against it tomorrow, and it's business as usual. So,
Honourable Malema, you have to conclude.
With the little numbers that you have now, maybe this will help you to regain some confidence in Alexander. Thank you.
The Honourable the President.
Mushavi, let me start by extending my condolences for the passing of Mpatlele. I had wanted to call you, but I then got distracted by a whole number of things. I felt very sad when that incident happened, because Mpatlele was an important leader in your party. So my condolences. In addressing precisely the point that you are making, we took care to go back to that recording and listened to it. And had a number of people in my office listening to it and interpreting it, because and to the extent, Honorable Malema, that it created this impression that I said 1 million houses for Alexander, which objectively would not be possible anyway, because we just don't have the land there to build the 1 million houses. And to the extent that it created that impression, yes, I will say I apologize for having made people believe that I meant for Alexander. What I really meant was, yes, we would want to build 1 million houses for the whole country. And as it turned out, of course, we never really reached even that target because of a whole number of issues. We succeeded in building, during the MTSF, we succeeded in building 240,000 houses, which is way below what we had wanted. And there are many reasons around the country why we have not been able to reach our targets. And these are things that we do need to correct, because in some cases there's been underspending. Money has been laid out, and the entities that are supposed to build those houses often do not do so, and the money is returned. And the issue of Alexander is quite complex and has been so for years. And we've had a number of initiatives that were put in place. But I do believe that, Honorable Malema, with some of the initiatives that I've spoken about, we will be able to make progress. The living conditions of our people in Alexandra are really, truly appalling. And I should say that it's not only Alexandra, it is in a number of informal settlements, which one sees as one goes around to visit our people. And you can see that they live with rats, they live where there are no facilities, and this imposes a huge responsibility on us as government to improve the living conditions of our people. This is precisely what we are committed to doing as the 7th administration, and we will work day in and day out to make sure that we give our people living conditions that are conducive to the living of human beings. So we will be focusing on that. But thank you very much for having raised the issue of the living conditions of the people of Alexandra. I take it seriously, and I'm glad that you also take it seriously.
Julius Malema found that button that we want to click as well as South Africans. Because, wow, this president keeps on, when he lies, he is a fantastic liar. You know what? If you are a law student on your side, you need to learn. You need to learn our president. You need to study the president, because your career is mostly based in convincing people, and you have to be good at it. And ANC and their presidency, including our current president right now, they are good at convincing people. They convince you with wholeheartedly, with beautiful smile and very nice tone and all of those things. But at the end of the day, the internet doesn't forget, and people will question you. People will always question you, because obviously we are able to go back. We are able to go back and check it out. This is the South Africa that I'm talking about right now. The South Africa that will hold these current, or all of them actually, the politicians, they will hold them accountable, because it's time for us to actually hold every single person who we see on our screens, every single person who comes and say, please vote for us and this and this and that. We need to hold them accountable. We need to remind them. We need to go back and check, what did they say before? Because we are tired of flip-floppers like Cyril Ramaphosa. Liars. This is not even a flip-flopping moment. It is a lying moment. Alexandra, just next to one of the richest business and residential hubs in the African continent, in Johannesburg, Sandton, lies that poor, impoverished township called Alexandra. And the ancestors of the people that are there, they fought for this country. They did fight for this country. And I'm tired of people saying that, no, black people don't want to work and this and this and that and that. We do have people who don't want to work, just like any other race. You get people who don't want to work in the white in the white communities, in the Indian communities, Asian, everywhere. We do have lazy people, but do not label each and every one of us lazy. Those people in Alexandra, yes, they are people who are lazy there, people who cannot afford anything because they don't want to work. There are people who are living there, and they work tirelessly to change their lives. But in the economy of Cyril Ramaphosa, there is no life that will be changed, except the people who are already rich, they will become more richer. The people who are poor, they will be below the impoverished. Build the house that you promised. You promised the houses.
1 million yezindlu zizowakhiwa lezo zindlu lapha Alexander Mamela.
Or else give the people the jobs that will pay them salaries that are reasonable in order for them to be able to buy houses for themselves, to build houses for themselves. Give the people the land in order for them to be able to build their houses that they deserve. Because housing is a dignity. Coming out from a house that is deliberate or that is falling apart, your whole dignity is just in shambles. The dignity of people not only lies in their brains, in their outlook and all of those things. It also lies in their own homes. If you are living in a good-looking house, your dignity is at another level. If you are living in impoverished, informal settlement, your dignity is like non-existing. Your own confidence doesn't say you've got it, because you are living in that shack. You are living in that impoverished place. But you are waking up in the morning, you go and queue up to vote. But each and every 5 years, every single 5 years, it's the same thing over and over. They will come and say, we are going to do this. We are going to give you jobs and this and this and that and that and that. The next thing, when they are asked, what did you do with this promise? Did you fulfill this promise? No, I didn't say that. Right in front of your face. No, I did not say that. These people, do they think we are stupid? Do they think that we cannot think? Do they think that we don't have internet service? Because obviously they don't give us any free internet service. So do they think that we are waiting for them to give us free internet service in order for us to search the lies that they are actually saying each and every time when they are trying to capture and they are trying to convince people to vote for them? I am so tired. I am so tired of saying the same thing over and over again. I wish one day, the people like people from Alexandra, they will rise. I wish one day they will rise and stop voting for the same nonsense over and over. And also I wish they will rise and cross the road to Sandton, where these prominent politicians and high-profile people are living. You are living next door to Ramaphosa's house or whoever who's a politician, just next to your house, but you are sleeping with rats and dirt and everything in your own shack. Just across the road is the most expensive hub, the most richest hub, one of the most richest hubs in the African continent. Actually, I would say it is the richest hub in the African continent, business-wise and residential-wise. I mean, guys, like we are in deep shit with ANC. Vote for different party. I at this point, I really don't care what people vote for, but ANC must just go. Like we must not see any trace of ANC anymore. You cannot guilt trip us about Abo Mandela and all of the prominent or all of our freedom fighters and all of we can. There is no freedom fighter who's left who's actually has best. You know what? I rest my case. I cannot even say anything. Like I'm stuttering now. I rest my case. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till this far. Please let me know what you think about this whole web of lies from our president. And thank you for Juju actually for raising this issue, because maybe some people were not going to see this issue. Maybe some people were not going to visit back like 2019. I mean, not everyone was thinking of, but I think you said something like, you going to build houses. Where are those houses, man? Where are those houses? I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment down below. Peace out.